Okay, party people, so fill me in. What is the protocol on approaching other people when it comes to dating or trying to get to know somebody? The couple scenarios that I have, it's too easy to say at the gym because you're talking about two people coming and going. Even though you can still interrupt somebody during their workout, I'm kind of thinking of the scenarios of the people that you may never see again. Like that one person in the line at the bank, and it's like, wow, do you wait for him in the parking lot or do you just let it go? I mean, how does that work if you really feel moved by that person, or you have a, you know, brief interaction where there's a smile and, or whatever, and you just pick up a vibe? Do you follow that, or does that become, especially from men to women, ladies, does that become extremely invasive on your privacy, or are you feeling a particular way about that? Because a lot of us don't know, and vice versa. I'm sure that there's a lot of women who have that same question about that handsome security guard at the bank, or or something along those lines. So it's a one-off. Do you approach somebody in a one-off circumstance, or are we just too grown to think like there's love at first sight, or lust at first sight, whatever? Second scenario is when that other person is at work. Now, are you infringing upon their right to, not have their job put in jeopardy because of, our libido? Do we let it go? And we might see them more than once, but the odds of us seeing them ever outside of their job are very slim to none. So again, do you try to give that waitress your number? Because it's still a job. They're still at work. It doesn't mean that you're hitting on a neurosurgeon in the middle of practicing. You know what I mean? So how does this work? For a lot of us who are a little bit more old school, that's the gift of gab. If you wanted a number, you went and got it. And I don't mean that in a forceful way, but that was the only way. You would go and talk to somebody. You'd roll up and, you don't have to be slick anymore or whatever. You can at least be charming or whatever. But that was the thing. That was the thing. So how does that work in this day and age? Because there's a lot of people who will not appreciate that. And I've seen some women post numbers. Excuse me, I'm sweating here. I've seen women post numbers of, they took the number from somebody, then posted it online. And I understand that there's a movement geared towards certain things, so it doesn't happen to certain people in the context of dating and all that. But then how about just not take the number or post about it without putting that person's personal business out there? They made a trusting effort to, with best intentions, I would imagine. Now, if they come up and just say, hey, nice rack or something like that, okay, that's a little bit different. But you're still, I don't know if that gives the right for us to start putting out anybody's information like that. Kind of not cool, even though it's not cool what they did. So what is it? How does this work? How does this work? How does this work in a non-online dating app sort of way? How does that work? So give me your scenarios. Give me your expectations, your experiences. What has worked for you? What doesn't work for you? From both sides. If you are, the pursuer or the pursuee, what works? And let's have some conversations about that. I'm curious. I'd like to know what women think on both sides of it. I'd like to know what men think on both sides of it, because I know a lot of guys are probably just sitting on their hands because they don't want to get, hashtagged in anything. So that would be my question. And then a lot of women, I'm sure, would be in favor of being approached, but then what's the timing? What's the timing? Or it doesn't offend you to be approached, So we're in a different day and age as far as sites do all of our, profiling for us, and it matches who they think that we think, and sometimes it doesn't work that way. And then just coming out of, I don't even want to say coming out of, being in a pandemic where social distancing, can I even come up to you and say, excuse me, miss, can I give you my number, or I'd like to talk to you? Because I'm supposed to be 6 feet away. What if I don't have my mask? Or what if she doesn't have a mask and is offended that even me with a mask has come into her personal space? What do we do? Because you don't want to put it out there for like 10 other sets of ears to hear because they're 6 feet away. Those other people are 6 feet away too, so they can hear what's going on. And you may put that other person on the spot if it's at their job, or if it's just in a particular way and place that they would not appreciate, having to respond in a public way. So again, scenarios, expectations, experiences, what do you guys have? And let's kind of, let's leave some comments and see how this thing plays out. Um, Respectfully, yeah, respectfully. How does that work? So, can't wait to hear it. Hopefully, this garners some good conversation, and we can move on from there. But yeah, just some good questions for asking for a friend. Peace, love, unity, solidarity.